in this module, we will talk about planned models of change. If you have looked at the what organizations seek to change, this is what I just discussed in the last module. Some 8 or 9 types of changes. Now the question is how to change. There are two perspectives. One is known as the planned models of change, and other is known as analytical models of change. So researchers and practitioners have helped us or offered some models of change. And definitely, they might be looking at the change through the lens they are using. That is the planned or analytical. So, the majority of the models of change management are founded on the notion that change can be viewed as an active, planned activity. That means that simply you plan a change or whatsoever you want to change, you make a plan, you implement the plan, and that thing in the organization or that change in the organization will occur. Does it make sense? Do you think that it will happen this way? For example, um, public sector banks in Pakistan. You might have dealt with the National Bank of Pakistan or the Bank of Punjab or some other organizations which are public sector organizations. Don't you see a very clear difference between the private sector organizations and public sector organizations? So, if you want to bring a change in any public sector organization, for example, in the National Bank of Pakistan, and you say that this is the change we want, rather than the process oriented, we want to be customer oriented. Rather than the number of activities, we want to focus on the quality. You have thought about what need to be changed. You make a plan, you implement, and that change will occur. So this is the planned perspective on the change. So the assumption is that an organization can move from one stable state to another stable state. So remember that the goal is whatsoever it is. You want to change from one stable state to another stable state, not an unstable change, not an unstable state. That means that when you are bringing or changing, you don't want to be end up at a very unstable stage where even you are losing what you had in the past. So it is from one stable change to another stable change. So broadly speaking, models of planned change, as I said, they can be divided into analytical or best practice models. What are those best practice models and analytical models? There are various models which are best practice models and various models that are analytical models, and they may facilitate a different type of change in the organization. So we'll talk about those, but however, briefly speaking, the best practice model, just like the best practice approach, suggests that there is a best way to manage a change. That is prescribed or prescriptive approach that you want to change, follow these best practice and change will occur. While on the other hand, analytical models, they suggest that change depends on the context of the organization. So your change programs are context dependent. You cannot bring a change or you cannot apply the best practices to every organization because the different context of the organizations. So it is a very interesting debate whether the best practices approach can be adopted by every organization that want to change or whether the analytical approaches are more appropriate, or there could be a combination of best approaches with the analytical models. Both models have some advantages and disadvantages. Both perspectives have some advantages and disadvantages. And you have to make a decision. You have to learn and understand what are the shortcomings, pros and cons in the best practice approaches as well as in the analytical approaches. This is what HR professionals also need to understand. And in many HR professionals, particularly in small organizations, they are not up to that level. So we will elaborate, we will explain, and we will go in a detail what are those planned models, what are those analytical and best practice models, and what are their shortcomings. Thank you.